Assalamualaikum and a very good day I bid to my assessors, Dr. Fitri Soraya Binti Muhammad Hapni Jobli and Madam Rose Azura Binti Zahid. My name is Nur Nabihah Binti Nazri. My matrix number is 71004. Today, I will present my final year project 1 and the topic is about autism spectrum disorder. The title is a comprehensive review on the impact of physical activity and exergaming on executive function and motor skills of children with autism spectrum disorder. Okay, first of all, in this presentation, I will touch on the introduction, research objective and research questions, methodology, and mind map of the content. Okay, for the first, introduction. Okay, autisms come from Greek word, autos means self, and suffix ismos means limitation. So, autism is about self-limitation. Autism spectrum disorder, or in short form we call ASD, is a term that refers to a group of heterogeneous neurodevelopmental disorders that clinically evident from early childhood. It is a lifelong development disorder marked by social communication deficiencies, as well as restricted and repetitive ways of behaving, activities, and interests. Mostly, individuals with autism may find it difficult to participate in physical activity due to issues like as peers and social integration, as well as communication problems. A meta-analysis of 16 studies conducted that structured physical activity such as swimming, jogging, and walking was associated with improvements in motor skills of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Okay, furthermore, I will explain about the introduction using a pyramid from general to specific. Okay, from the above, ASD prevalence, or ASD also known as autism spectrum disorder, has increased considerably in recent decades, and it is estimated that about 0.76% of world's population has this health condition, has this autism spectrum disorder. ASD is diagnosed more often in boys than girls. For the next one is link. Okay, for autism spectrum disorder may be portrayed toward critical impairments on social interactions. It also includes restricted behaviors, interests, and activities. Children with ASD or autism spectrum disorder deficits in 4 components of EF, executive functions: planning, working memory, mental flexibility, and inhibition. Motor dysfunction is also a common problem in ASD, and it can interfere with participation in physical activity. And the last one for the thesis statement, okay, physical activity can be considered as a therapeutic option not only for motor enhancement but also for improving social skills in children with ASD. Exergaming combines physical and mental exercises simultaneously by linking physical activity movements to video game control. Previous research suggests that both physical activity and exergaming interventions could be associated with improvements in motor skills and executive function in children with autism spectrum disorder. Okay, for the next slide, I will go to the research objective and research questions based on my final year project. For my research objective, I have 2 research objectives. The first one is to study the effect of physical activity towards motor skills of children with autism spectrum disorder. And for the second one, the research objective is to study the effect of exergaming towards the executive function among children with autism spectrum disorder. While for research questions, I also have 2 research questions for this final year project. The first one is, does doing physical activity can give effect towards motor skills among children with autism spectrum disorder? And the second one, does doing exergaming can give effect toward the executive functions of children with autism spectrum disorder? Next, For methodology, since I am doing comprehensive review, the articles that were found using search engines such as PubMed, Scopus, and CBI, ResearchGate, Science Direct, APA PsycInfo, Google Scholar, and SpringerLink. The keywords that I used to find all the articles using that search engines that I have said just now, the keywords that I use such as physical activity, motor skills, executive functions, exergaming, autism spectrum disorder, sports play, and active recreation for kids. The article that I chose from the research engines basically from year 2000 until 2022. For the next slide is about a mind map or subtopic content. So for my subtopic content, I use autism spectrum disorder, fundamental motor skills, executive functions, exergaming, and physical activity. Last but not least, before I end my presentation, here are some of my references that I use. I am using APA 7 edition format. That's all for my final year project 1 presentation. Thank you Dr. Fitri and Dr. Rose Azura for lending me your ears. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Thank you and stay safe.